To me, in my understanding of my very simplistic mind, is if you don't understand, you have to go seek help. But if you can't seek help because you don't understand, you just have to kind of live it.
Hey Beth, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So Mary had two kids, right? Who were the first two? Wait, no. Okay, hold on.
You mean Eve?
Who are the first two people alive?
Adam and Eve had more than two kids.
Let's say Adam and Eve. I agree.
Adam and Eve had Cain and Abel.
And then they had Seth. And it does not list their daughters.
Okay, so there's two people in existence, right? Two
They
people
had
in existence,
more.
Cain and Abel.
No, you're wrong. You're not
They-
listening. The book of Genesis literally only tracks the important male lineage, which is why it goes from Cain killing Abel. You get that story, and then it says, then they have Seth. They also had daughters. There's more to it. And honestly, I don't necessarily buy that they're the only two.
Easy chips.
That's
What
probably me, my bad.
The Bible says, and then Abel had Enoch, and then yeah, it says.
There's more than one. Enoch is not the one who wrote the book of Enoch.
Either way, no matter how you break it down, it all comes back to incest, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
No, it doesn't all, because there's other people. When Cain was banished,
Yes.
there was
Where did those people come from?
There
They
was
just
a whole
fucking
set,
magically
and that's
appear?
what I'm saying is I believe the Jewish God made the Jewish people. I'm fine with that. There's other people, and we were made by our gods.
Yeah, because the Sumerians was around at that time too.
God even tells Cain, "Don't worry, I'm gonna mark you so anyone you come across won't kill you."
Yeah, because he was asking, what about those other people?
Exactly. Cain's afraid of being sent out.
There is a consideration here about the land of Nod, which no one wants to discuss. The land of Nod was everywhere that wasn't Eden.
Right. And that's why
a separation of people from those within to those without.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm saying I don't necessarily believe that Adam and Eve. I believe Adam and Eve are the first two humans of this experiment, if that makes sense. Not necessarily they're the only two humans in existence.
I think it's just the Christian lineage.
And then again, Austin, I'm going to repeat it again. There's more than one Enoch. There's more than one David in the Bible, right? How do we know which one's king?
I don't know.
You just follow the lineage. If you start, yes.
I'm about 99% sure
have a grandson named Enoch, but then they have a great grandson also named Enoch, who was named for his great uncle, because people like to do that, right? You know, they give their kids the same name as someone higher up.
That's how we can track Jesus' lineage.
What was that? Was that you, Crack Baby?
Yeah, I said that's how we can track Jesus' lineage back to David.
Yeah, and they only track the Bible that we all deal with for the most part only tracks the important ancestry. So it doesn't list all the daughters that Cain and Abel or that Adam and Eve have.
Yeah, most time they describe them within like the males, and then if they want to describe a certain time, they'll use a king whenever they reference for a time of a period.
Right.
I don't understand why people give the Bible any validity if it's constantly being Mandela affected and verses are constantly changing overnight.
Well, we have
completely destroys the whole fucking religion.
The translations end up changing because of how some humans end up.
Not at all. Nope. Everyone's Bible completely changes. Like Isaiah 11:6, where it used to say the wolf shall lie with the lamb. Now it says the wolf shall. It said the lion and the lamb. Now it's a wolf and a lamb. There's like 10 Bible verses I can name off the top of my head that have been completely changed, and people have tattoos of how they used to be, and now they go back into every Bible ever existed, and they can't find that Bible verse. That's just like where it used to say where two or three are gathered. Two or more
Because the
gathered. No, it says
reason
two or
why,
three.
the reason
But
why
it has nothing to do with the translation though, because
It does.
I've seen Bibles that I've had and they've changed. Like Psalms used to
How
have an
many-
S at the end. Now it no longer has the S at the end of Psalms, and it depends what Bible you pick. But you're
How
just
many
gonna use the
English
translation
Bibles
thing.
are there? How many
I-
different kinds of English Bibles are there?
I know. I've heard the translation argument 1,000 times.
No. Because how many different English Bibles are there? There's a difference between what's called translation and transliteration. I would really recommend you learn the difference between the two, because
My Bible-
that's where you're having your problem.
I'm not
It's
having any problems.
translation versus
The thing is,
transliteration.
I'm not having any problems. There is no problem. My Bible at Psalms used
Am
to
I
have an
crazy, or
S
do
at
you
the
mean
end. Now
that
there's
he
no
has a problem with the Bible?
longer an S at the end of
Right.
Psalms.
May I?
So
Yep.
the Bible has absolutely zero validity because it's been
Okay.
Mandela affected by thousands of people. Thousands of people have.
Swear to God, you said this was your problem with the
Fucking
Bible. Is
ask you a
Mandela.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
guys. Let me get a grip on this.
You'd have to be a conspiracy theorist to believe in the Bible.
Okay,
So,
cool.
do you have a physical copy of the Bible?
What?
Do you own a Bible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you get your Bible?
I went to a Christian rehab last year. I got that Bible. I went to church my entire life. So what's up?
Okay. I'm just asking if do you have multiple physical copies of the Bible?
I do.
Okay. Do you perhaps have a family Bible?
I have.
Oh,
This
that's
is
a
the one
nice
I never use. Yep.
That's nice. I like it.
And Psalms. We'll go to Psalms. Always had an S at the end. Always. Even in this book, it had an S. Now it no longer exists. But I'm
Okay,
crazy.
so somebody saved some money by not printing an S.
No, that book had an S. This isn't just me. This is
Wait
thousands
a
of
second,
people
hold on.
that have
Wait,
reported.
wait,
This
wait,
is
wait.
thousands and thousands of people outside of me that have reported Bible verses that have changed overnight magically.
I'm trying.
But people want to deny it though. I don't know why. It scares them. I think.
You won't talk to me. We can't conversate if you're not conversating.
I know.
Are you saying that the physical copy of the book you have changed?
That would be the definition of the Mandela effect, correct? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Holy fuck! Do people
Cool.
know what the fucking Mandela effect is?
No, I was just verifying that that's what we're talking about, and we're not.
Yeah, we're talking about the Mandela effect, and we're talking about how thousands of
We're
people
not.
all over the world have
No.
reported verses in their Bible that have changed magically overnight and no longer exist, and people that have tattoos of the lion and the lamb, Isaiah 11:6, and now it no longer says that. So they're like, well, how do I have a fucking tattoo if the verse isn't even in the fucking Bible anymore? Explain
So-
that.
It's not that it's not in the Bible any longer. It's
Oh,
the
God.
fact that
The fact is, it shatters
Hold on.
your reality.
Brother,
The
Actually,
Mandela
no,
effect. The
we're
Mandela
talking-
effect. Wrapping your mind around the
You-
Mandela effect completely shatters your reality and everything you know.
You are
Yeah.
discussing the Mandela effect. The discussion here is blind faith boxed in by religion. That's the
Okay,
topic.
the Mandela effect proves
why
that the
you're
Bible
receiving-
has zero validity, absolutely zero validity, because it's constantly changing overnight magically, and there's no
Mama
explanation
changes
for it.
overnight magically. It's fine.
There's no explanation
Fine.
for it, but there's thousands
good.
of people that are reporting it. So I
Only
don't know.
gets paid well for it.
My
point
Bible
is, we're
never
off topic.
shifted.
Okay. Where two or more are gathered in my name, or where two or three are gathered in my name?
Not in your name, sir. I do not worship in your name.
No shit, dumb fuck. Hey, so where two or more are gathered in my name, or where two or three are gathered in my name? Two or more, or two or three. It's always said two or more. Now it says two or three. Oh, but it was the translation. You know how many translations there are?
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? I want to tell you. Wait. This is hilarious. Hilarious. My Bible says Psalms with an S.
That's what I was trying to allude to. It's literally the factor of literary grammar really changes throughout the years. I have an old Bible from my pap that has the exact same verse that he's quoting. Can't find the Bible right this moment, but I have also a newer Bible that when I started going to church with the wife, and yes, that verse is not in there the same exact way. But things will change over time when grammar changes over time. But
Yes.
No, it's because we're all a bunch of dumb fucking monkeys. I thought it was called Ladinkin for fucking years because I never looked at it close enough to see that it said LinkedIn. I didn't know what it was. People think they see things that they don't see, and they misinterpret it because they're not paying the fuck attention. For like
Jared, do you
5
feel
years, I
better?
thought it was called fucking Ladinkin.
You feel better? Book of Psalms
He
with an
is
S.
discussing.
You feel better?
He
I'm
is
bowing out. I
discussing
love y'all. Peace out.
Mandela
Taking
effect,
these out.
not Bibles. He would
hope he
just as
feels
quickly
better.
discuss the Fruit of the Looms or some freaking quote in a movie as he will his Bible changing. But he's going to use
You're
the Mandela effect on his Bible as a weapon against belief. I don't know why. I actually like Austin Murphy in chat. I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to make him feel better. My Bible says Psalms with an S. I was hoping that would help him, help make him feel validated.
But
A lot of times, whoever is historically, there's been a lot of times that printing, it was by the letter. So people take out those unneeded letters a lot of times. That's why, like, when you read some books, and it's like when we all imported from England, so we all used to spell things like color, COLOUR.
I still do
Right.
because I'm a pimp.
Yeah. And there's like 50 different words, 100 different words that you can find like that. And because of the printing costs and whatnot, they just took that U out, because what do you need it for? You're still going to pronounce it color without the U. It's not going to change the definition. So it's actually just a printing expense thing.
Right. And Tom, you do bring up a good point. We're 2 or more, 2 or 3. It is what it is. It's not the kind of thing that's worth squabbling over, because then on top of it too, the more English translations you go
It
through,
is if you believe in the Mandela effect.
well, the other big problem is the more English translations you go through, right? They do tweak it in order to make more sense for dumber humans, if that makes sense. I hope.
If you think physical reality is constantly reconstituting itself as we live, then it becomes something worth squabbling about.
And I actually do think that happens. There are some Mandela effects that will fuck up your head. Like, I don't know.
Not my head. No.
For that to get to me, the ones that got to me is when I learned, when all of a sudden they're talking about things like the fucking all the different times that supposedly Germany torpedoed and bombed our fucking our east coast, and then even fucking like damn near burnt down an entire city prior to World War II, like on the lead up to World War II. When I was a kid, that absolutely has never happened. We've not been attacked in the mainland basically since we became the United States. And if not only that, but the whole reason that supposedly Roosevelt let Pearl Harbor happen was because the country wasn't cool with going to World War II. We had World War I. We that cost us a lot of people for shit that wasn't any of our business. We didn't want no part of World War II. So he let Pearl Harbor happen on purpose in order to drum up public sentiment to get them to want to go into the war. Well, if the fucking East Coast had been being bombed and being attacked by Germany, why would that need to happen? Why wouldn't you have just talked about that? And we certainly were never taught that. That shit. That's the ones that really fucked my head up.
But where did you hear that though?
Oh, you can look them up now.
Austin, you gotta cam up.
Germany
Then you can
bombing the
cam
United
down.
States?
Thank you. You can cam back down if you want to.
I look sexy. I'll keep my camera on.
I just needed to verify it too, because man, we've had some imposters.
Hey Beth, I'm sorry for acting out like that. It's
You're
just it's frustrating when I
Did you see I showed you my Bible to show you? Mine has an S.
I had to go take a breather, so I didn't see.
Honey, my Bible actually says Psalms with an S.
Yeah, the Black Tom explosion, German agent.
Just so you believe me.
No, I believe you. I
Sabotage.
my ex-girlfriend's Bible, my last girlfriend I was with, her Bible, I swear to God, when you flipped it to Psalms, every other page, it wasn't every other page, but it was like, okay, this one has an S, this one doesn't, this one does, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one does. It was kind of weird. It was like
That could be a typo easily.
off and on. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a legit typo. But
Anyways, I'm gonna smoke some weed and chill out.
good. Cool.
I'll do it too. I'll join you with that.
I get the feeling half the panel is joining you with that.
So I tried to drink while I was on vacation, right? And I just couldn't do it. And then I bought this beautiful Skull bottle of vodka. And I can't drink that shit either. It tastes like teenagers and depression. I can't do it.
I wish I could have it.
Dude, I'd pour you shots.
Nobody else wishes that I could have it, but I wish I could have it.
I do. Welcome in, still, man.
I know you do.
Yeah. No, dude. See, look, I know you. I've known you longer than you've known me.
I know.
And I tell a lot of jokes based on that, where you just sit there and pinch the bridge of your nose.
I know.
Because I'm that guy. But it's not about you, Tenth Man. Right now, it's about Beth. Beth, where the fuck are you? Why aren't you
I'm
here?
right here. I didn't go far.
It's not you. Jeez.
I didn't go far. I was listening.
You need some custom layouts, chick.
I do.
Who's got your keys?
Nobody.
Okay, well, nobody sucks, so that's a good thing. Give me your keys. I'll drop out, and you'll have some magical shit happening when you get back. But whenever you get to it,
You don't gotta drop out right now. You can do it later.
Well, no. If you do that, then in order for me to do what I want to do, I'll have to drop out and do it.
You're gonna have to walk me through how to give you keys.
I am. Oh, okay. We'll do that later. Who's calling?
Whoever's smoking weed.
Yeah, she blew out the hit for you guys. She wanted to join in with y'all. That's my wife.
Don't die. We love you.
It's a dab. We don't actually smoke unprocessed dabs here.
I gotta be honest with you, Balderson. That shit's drugs. I used to be one of those people who said weed's not drugs until I did a dab. I did a dab, and suddenly I understand that weed is a drug if it's proper.
Yeah.
You want to bring me up front and center?
And the dabs I have, so much stronger than anything I promised.
I gotta drop everybody first.
Like I'm famous.
Oh, you should be able to just click on mine. You should be able to just click on mine to bring me up.
Oh wait, I see it. Boom. Got it. I figured it out.
Here it says Psalms at the beginning, and then at the top of the pages it says Psalm. This is a Thompson's Christian Reference or Chain Reference Bible.
Is it referencing a specific psalm? Does it say Psalm 1 blah blah blah?
Yeah.
No, it's the whole book. It's the whole book of Psalms.
At the beginning it says Psalms, and then it says Psalm 5 through 11, Psalm 12 through whatever. So yeah, that makes sense because Psalms means the whole collection, and then each individual psalm is going to be a singular psalm, not psalm with an S.
Correct.
So that makes sense grammatically.
Grammar, folks. Grammar. I strongly urge you to go.
Who did this?
Yeah, he cut out. He just said, I strongly urge you to go, and then he cut out, so it's kind of funny.
I strongly urge you to go get your re-education. Relearn the grammar. It's important.
Sorry, I got distracted looking for who did this translation so I could say something back to Steelman, but I can't. So I have the Vermees copy, Steelman. Anyways.
What's up, everybody in chat?
The problem in any of those communities, because I speak in those communities, I know one of the biggest Mandela guys, and he doesn't do it anymore, but
I know Brian.
Brian Stavely was a giant in that community. And the people that aren't the well-researched ones, and like just like anything else, they're the ones that spout out the nonsense. And that's usually the ones you hear, because unless you're actually researching it yourself, you don't listen to the ones that are well-researched. Like, you just hear the ones that don't really, they half-ass understand things, and they make a lot of mistakes with it. But there's definitely
that Mandela effect that I just stated in the Bible. Brian Stavely has also said before on his show.
The Lion and the Lamb one. I know that Brian talks about that one. I stated already that I don't know jack shit about the Bible. I'm an Odinist bro, so I'm not well versed enough in the Bible to go, oh, that verse is different. I don't fucking know what it was to begin with.
Real quick, Squatch, what?
Are you talking backstage or what I just said?
Yeah, what you said backstage. I didn't hear what you just said either. So
I just had somebody send me a Jubilee video based on a mafioso, a turned state's evidence admitted mafioso hitman type person surrounded by 20 cops that are all like hammering him on being a made man and whatnot. It's not for tonight. This is not the topic. Somebody sent it to me and I was like, holy shit.
Brave.
Well, yeah.
You know, some of the Mandela effect stuff, I would be very like, even I've kind of been like the Fruit of the Loom thing, right? That one got me because I always remembered it having a cornucopia. Always remembered it.
I have one that affects me directly, and it's a very personal one because I don't know of anyone else who's experienced it.
It's not the Bernstein Bear.
No. This has to do, what is it called? The Great Basin, the Great Fen in Scotland and England. I did a book report on this feature when I was in like grade school, and I got an A on it. I was very proud of that A because I didn't get a lot of A's in that particular class. That was one of the only ones I got. When I got to middle school and high school, that shit wasn't on the map nowhere. I couldn't find it. I spent years going back to it and looking and being like, why in the world was I able to do this report? And I found all the information I needed and now I can't find it. But then now, if you go back and look, you can search it up. It's called the Great Fen. And it's basically a series of locks. It's a waterway between England. Well, it's actually in Scotland, but it's basically between England and Scotland, and it's there. And for years, it wasn't there, and now it is again. And I'm utterly baffled by that fact. And I have nothing other than the Mandela effect to point at and say, shit happens, life sucks, you deal with it. Connor, I have a Discord, but it got taken over by a bunch of 1A people years ago, and I've never really gotten the balls to go back in there.
It's like, it's a madhouse in that motherfucker. I don't even go in there.
I remember the Panama Canal used to go from the northwest to the southeast, and now it goes from northeast to southwest. It's completely flipped. It doesn't go the same way the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
It used to go up left to down right. Now it goes up right to down left.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he just say the same thing in two different ways?
No, he's saying like it would have been further north on the east coast rather than further north on the west coast. He's saying it was switched before because it's at an angle.
Yeah, it was at an angle. It was up left to down right. Now it's up right to down left.
And another one that fucks me up is the Shazam movie with or whatever.
Yeah.
With the comedian.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't see it.
Sinbad.
But it was my first, the Sinbad one. Yes, that doesn't exist. I in my first apartment right out of high school, and one of my best
I
friends.
remember that movie. What do you mean it doesn't exist?
It doesn't.
You're about to fuck her up. I seen it when I was a kid.
I saw it when I was a kid and thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
You got a
Dude,
real
it
one.
doesn't
No.
exist.
You got a real one.
It did exist.
Oh shit! Beth. Before you do the reveal, Beth. Shazam never happened.
It did happen.
Nope.
It happened.
Hold on. Go look for that movie. Calm down. Go to a different tab. Go look for the movie. Take 10 or 15 minutes to come to terms with your personal past, and then come back and talk to us.
Dude, I had a
Nope.
conversation
Nope.
with one of my best friends that lived upstairs from me, because at the time the two different movie companies would make competing movies constantly. So like when Tombstone came out, so did Wyatt Earp. And so a genie movie was made with Shaq, and a genie movie was made with Sinbad. And my friend asked me, he goes, "Well, what do you want? Are you going to go see one of them?" And I was like, "If I was going to see one, it'd be the one with Sinbad, because at least he's a comedian. Then it has a chance of being funny." But no, I didn't see either one. But I had that conversation with my friend from upstairs.
Hang
And
on.
the Sinbad one does not exist.
Yes, it does. I just found video footage of it. Hang on.
Yeah,
You
you
found a
did.
commercial that was made later that is to prove what they saw. They edited various commercials done by Sinbad together to
spoof.
make it look like a fucking movie. Fucking go ahead, do your thing.
Sinbad even has.
I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
About it. Sinbad
I'm
even
glad I
made
brought
a
up the
spoof
Mandela
video
effect.
about it because he thinks it's funny because he said it never existed, and he made a spoof video about it.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, not even kidding. Not even
Bullshit.
shit.
And I remember Kazam. Kazam was different. Shazam
Yeah,
was a
who
real
wants to
fucking
see
thing
a
because
movie with a
I was
basketball
a big
player?
fan of Sinbad when I was a kid.
Sinbad was funny as hell. So of course you'd go see the movie with Sinbad.
Somebody paid him to say this bullshit.
Dude, it's crazy. The
There it
Mandela
is.
effect will
There
break
it
your
is.
fucking brain. You just got to find the right Mandela effect. There's everybody's affected by one of them, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
no.
for me, it was the Monopoly man with the monocle.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
broken.
No, because you get confused by Mr. Peanut. You guys are, oh goodness gracious! I went down this rabbit hole when you people were in diapers.
They both had one. They both had monocles.
Yeah.
The Monopoly
What about
man
Forrest Gump?
absolutely 1,000,000% had a monocle.
He
on
was
his eye.
made to look like
It
the
was a
Monopoly
classic
game.
look for rich
It's
dudes.
it's funny now because now I get ads on my phone. I get ads now that of like Monopoly games, and it's always the Monopoly man without a monocle, like just to show me, look, there's no monocle.
Yeah.
Funny. Funny.
He had a monocle too. They both had fucking monocles.
Yeah.
Not fucking crazy. Fuck you.
I know
You're
the
not
Forrest Gump
crazy.
is supposed to be.
You're not crazy. We all remember the cornucopia. Well, a bunch of us. And
I
what
do.
they say is this is two different dimensions, and you're dimension shifting to a slightly different dimension, and there's just tiny alterations in it.
I found
Or-
clothes. I found clothes that still had it in it.
Jesus, can somebody please post my
It's called
fucking
residue.
email?
Residue.
Oh,
I gave-
what, honey?
I said that's called residue. If you
It's
find
called
something
residue.
that was how it was originally before.
There's
Residue.
tiny pieces of residue
Yeah,
around.
some people find
I
residue.
owned one, and I gave it to Brian Stavely when him and I were hanging out in Vegas.
I think I remember that.
Hang on. What, Squatch? Can someone post your what?
My email, because I keep screwing it up when I write it out. I think
Okay, yeah.
I think that's wrong. I wrote it, but I think it's wrong.
I had a picture from the set, behind the scenes set, and they say that C-3PO always had a silver leg
That's right.
in this, and that the only reason people think he had two gold
Hold
legs
on.
is one of them was reflecting the sand.
You and I are from different universes because C-3PO always had a silver leg.
Dude, I
tapes.
owned a piece of the. I'm saying I owned a piece of residue where he was standing inside the hangar and had two gold legs, and it's from the movie set, and it was a color picture from the movie
end
set.
of the movie
And
set.
fucking, I gave it to Brian Stavely.
It's
Or else
from
I'd
where
show
they
it
get
to
their polish and their anyway. No, I have the original trilogy in the original format from like old school VHS video stores. I've got a bunch of old VHSs, like a whole bunch. I worked in video rentals through most of my childhood, honestly. So
There you go. Your email's in the back chat.
thank you, and I got it done. Thank you.
I'll be right back,
And
guys.
so I have a lot of these old movies where there's been like digital adjustments and like, what do they call it, remastering and stuff. A lot of this, like for instance, it broke my brain when I heard about the Mandela effect about, Luke, I am your father. Instead of no, I am your father. Right?
Yeah.
So I go back and dig my tape out. I'll pop that fucker in and I'll watch it. And I'm sitting there with popcorn and a fucking drink going, yeah, I know exactly what's fixing to happen here. And then it happens. And I'm like, oh no. And my wife's like, what? I gotta, it like set me in an existential crisis for a little while there because no, that's not right.
Which is what Beth is going through right now.
Just like it used to be mirror, mirror on the wall. Now it's magic mirror.
Magic
Yeah.
mirror. No, sir. From the dawn of time, it has been magic mirror. And we might be from different universes, but we're definitely from the same place. Magic mirror on the wall was the way it was said from the very beginning. The misquote takes place in the early days of the internet. Someone did a meme where it was mirror, mirror on the
This
wall.
was before the internet. When I was a kid, it was mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Who's the fairest of them all?
From that same one. It was always mirror, mirror.
It was a cartoon coloring book.
You know what one fucks me up is the Publishers Clearinghouse dude. Fucking
Ed
what was
McMahon?
his name? Yeah. He never fucking worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. He never went out and handed out a check to anybody. Nobody's ever seen a commercial of him handing a big check to people at a door. That's never happened. Like the fuck it didn't. We all remember this fucking commercial. We all licked goddamn them little stickers that they sent us, and like their parents, you get that envelope like, oh, you won $1 million. And you're like gonna fucking lick all them little stamps.
You know, it would be crazy if, like, one day all of a sudden the Twin Towers are just sitting there. It never happened.
Right. I mean, some of it I do chalk up to mainstream lies and whatnot. Like take what happened in 2020. In 30 years, there's going to be kids born, and the what actually happened is never going to fucking be something they understand or know about. So I do, chalk some of it up to that, but some of these things are just wild. The Mandela effect. I freaking hated talking to Brian and loved it. It was like, because you just fuck with your head. You're like, fuck, dude, just stop. You're fucking with my head. And what am I supposed to do about this?
Mm-hmm. What do you think it is?
I think reality is very fluid myself. And so I don't think it's as stable as what people think it is. I think that the zeitgeist actually can change reality to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's to a giant degree, but I think that reality is subject to shifting.
I think it's some sort of, I don't know what word I want to use anymore. Simulation, whatever. But there's a programmer. There's a programmer to the simulation, and the programmer's changing things from behind the scenes.
Programmer is God, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't look at it as
And you're a
a
true believer. Too.
simulation,
Excellent.
but it's very much like they talked about in the Matrix. It's you know, a lot of the things that we think aren't necessarily solid the way we think they are, and we can change them if we want, but people don't understand also that there's a difference between a group will and your personal will, you know, in the way this place is going to manifest. It's no different than when I was a kid, we had trash can parties and you know, everybody would pour in a bottle of whatever they brought, and it would have a unique taste until some fuckhead brought a bottle of peppermint schnapps, and now the whole goddamn thing tastes like peppermint schnapps no matter what. And freaking, so there's a peppermint schnapps effect to the reality also that you know is overall sitting on it, but then so it's a fight with it, I think. But I don't think it's a simulation. We live in a carbon-based world, and that carbon's able to take all kinds of different forms and do all kinds of weird shit. Weird shit.
I don't know. Sasquatch, you said exactly what I needed to hear, though.
I do that, but I talk a lot. Specifically, what did I say?
It said God. It said God.
Well, the programmer. Yeah. Well, I mean, that is essentially if you're going to believe that this is a simulation, then the individual who programmed the simulation would be your God, and that makes you a true believer. So when you tell people that, oh, you're agnostic, you're atheist, you're not. You just have a different definition of a higher power.
I have an understanding of a higher power. I surrender every day, multiple times a day. I don't know if you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Hot.
Yeah, so, I was going to say that, Tim.
Anyway, so I surrender, and I just try and talk to my higher power. I don't know what it is, but I've always liked to put a finger on something, and I can't do that with God. So,
is it women?
Frustrating.
You're not alone in that. I think a lot of people, even people who have faith, kind of feel that to some degree, right? Because God isn't something even the faithful can see with their own eyes. So you're not alone in that at all.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of weird things happening lately since I've changed my life around a lot. Like I pray a lot, and I go to AA meetings every day, sometimes twice a day.
Good job.
Good.
Yeah, so my life has changed a lot within the past 3-4 months.
Well, I just want to point this out. If that's what it takes, do it every day. If that's what it takes.
It's keeping me alive right now.
Get clean, do the thing, live your life, because as long as you're living under the reins of addiction, you're not life. You're not living. You're surviving. You're not thriving. And you can thrive. You too, sir. I was a smack addict for 8 years.
I've heard your story.
I've done the thing. I've been there. I could not use the 12 steps. Somehow that just did not work for me. I had to do it on my own, but I fully support the concept. If support helps you, take it, do it, do the thing. It's worth it. When you're done, you're out there. This is great.
Honestly, it's been working for me more than anything else. Within like the past year, I went to 2 rehabs. I went to a 60-day rehab, which was an $80,000 rehab in Wyoming. And when I got back to Colorado, which is where I live, the second I got home, I went to the liquor store and started drinking again. So I went to 3 detoxes last year. I had seizures trying to get sober. I couldn't get sober by myself. I had a seizure in the grocery store I was like 72 hours sober, and I just dropped. So I'm fucking grateful to be alive today, honestly.
Please support what you're doing. Do that thing. Chuck from Tennessee, Chuck in Tennessee is the name of the channel, is going to be doing an Alcoholics Anonymous thing on YouTube here in the next couple of weeks. Now that I've got my voice back, I can work with him. And I'm going to try to set it up so that it's actually an anonymous sort of thing. You come in, change your name, change your profile picture, that kind of thing. and do your testimonials actually anonymous, not like small town anonymous where everybody owes you money and knows who you are. You know what I mean? And if you're willing, I would really enjoy for you to come and join us. We haven't set anything up. I have no schedule. We haven't done anything yet. I've only recently gotten my voice back, but I'm going to throw my shoulder behind this whole thing and try to make it happen.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to join one of those shows. Do you know who I am or no?
I've been kind of doing chat a few times. We've had a few mentions back and forth. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've known Chuck for like going on 4 years. So
nice.
That's probably the shit.
I knew him when I was at the very bottom, the lowest of the low, like in the pits of hell of drinking. So
I want to point out real quick, like, first of all, like, good on you for putting in the time and the effort into yourself. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, and sometimes we need to be fucking selfish. And like, seriously, like, I am super grateful you're here, because I'll tell you, my next door neighbor died detoxing from alcohol. So that shit is not uncommon. So I'm glad you're here today. Like, for real.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Sure, might have had a seizure, but you're alive. So thank God for that.
So thank you for coming.
And still, dude, I'm so insane in my drinking that even after I had a seizure. So after I had the seizure, I was like, I'm never drinking again. That's it, right? I've already done 2 rehabs. I've done in and out of detox, all this shit. Fucking 3 days later, I'm back at the liquor store. That's how insane my drinking was. A seizure would not stop me.
Well, like, I'm glad you're alive. Seriously. All right.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to like downplay a seizure. I'm trying to upplay life, because man, it's just like that. It's so fast. Sometimes it's like, and he was in great shape too.
Wish I could afford to be that drunk.
Here's what you do. Get on YouTube, have a dynamic personality, and have people pay for you to drink, and you too can be as created as I get. Actually, you have been.
I used to get drinks for free every time I go in the bar.
He drank with me on my birthday, and it did not end well.
I don't drink outside my house. I will not drink outside my house.
I do not drink outside my house. I too have that. Yes.
That is always jail.
Yes, we're all going to jail. You're going to jail as accomplice, accessory.
I absolutely believe it would be jail for you, 10th, without a question.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Twice you've said some things to me.
Well,
in 1 year, not even a whole year, since the start of this year.
I'm not even yelling at you. I'm yelling at a woman that's not you.
I know. I'm
giving
you. I'm picking on you because you're my homie, and I can. Don't worry, my birthday's in literally 2 weeks, and you can pick on me all you want.
Yeah, I miss drinking all the time. When I used to be rich, well, not rich, but when I had a lot of money, and I used to drink every night, I kind of miss it.
To be clear, I'm not drinking on my birthday. Y'all got your drunk stream out of me. That's done. I hope you had a good laugh. It's over.
That haze day to day. Were you never really sober?
That was my 20s, my early 20s. And I get mad at myself because I was already a mom back then, you know. And so it's like, man, that's being a shitty parent. So
also, I'm looking at YouTube. There's a whole bunch of Ed McMahon publisher clearinghouse commercials. I don't know what other people are doing, but you know.
See what you did, Austin Murphy. You just had to bring up this whole Mandela effect bullshit. Now you got everybody looking shit up.
I went down that rabbit hole years and years and years ago. It all got debunked. Every bit of it. It's a psyop. It's so you don't look at when that verse 21's missing about fasting to get rid of demons.
Yeah.
And so you don't notice that stuff. So you're looking at Shazam, which was actually a Mad TV sketch.
Matthew 7:21 being taken out was more of a psyop than strategical move.
That's okay. I don't know.
Because at least, like, you can look online and it says it should be there. But no, the verse is literally deleted out of most Bibles. And what it says is, in order to heal yourself, fasting and prayer. And you can heal anything.
I believe that.
Yep.
Out on a limb, I was okay looking in my 20s. I was also a bartender in my early 20s. I made really good tips, if that's...
Did you have nice boobs?
Bartending because of my roommate.
Did I what? Who asked that?
So did you have nice boobs?
I can tell you that that's not a good topic of conversation when there's 28 people here that we could definitely use
I had
a
a
grift.
great ass. I had a phenomenal ass.
It's a grift now.
Grift.
Oh, grift. Yes. Yes. People, I have not gotten a dono in hours, and I've been wrangling cats for 4.5 hours now. So, by all means, we gonna drop out my Cash App. We gonna drop out my PayPal. Send me some money, cause, yeah.
I need money.
Did I do better, Squatch? Did I do better?
Here, allow me.
Grift,
Yes,
grift,
sir.
grift.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have before you today is an absolutely lovely young lady who has put herself on the line. She has put herself right before you, and everything you do from this moment forward will be informed by her elegant opinion. And if that's not worth $1, maybe 2, maybe 6, maybe 10, you should dig deep down into the bottom of your wallet and deliver unto her the blessings that she deserves. Thank you. Come again.
Oh, thank you, Squatch. If I get
And you only get one candy.
if I get a significant donation, maybe I'll try to find a picture of myself in my 20s.
Girl, don't tease me like that. I'm pushing 50. I don't need a picture of you in your 20s.
Watch, I could send you a picture right now. You'd have a heart attack and keel over on stream.
I got heart problems.
I'll
baby.
take it.
I also have a 24.
I have a much healthier heart. I'm not as old.
Oh. No, I Lord. So what's more important, gentlemen? Tits or ass? Or both equally?
Ass.
Yes.
A combination of both.
There's no
Yes.
hole in the middle of your tits.
Yes.
Well, we know what you like to do.
Yes.
I'm fairly sure I'm older than you, Vibe.
Your mama.
I was surprised to hear that Sasquatch was in a swinger group.
I'm pretty sure I'm older too.
He's definitely older than me. If not, he's not aging near as beautifully.
Actually,
Right,
I am
Snow?
not in a swinger group. I was once part of a swinger group that kind of dissolved.
So my doula, when I had my daughter, I was only 16, and she used to house sit for a friend of hers who owns an S&M bed and breakfast up on the hillside.
Who's
Who's
vacuuming?
snoring?
What?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Getting hot.
so she used to house sit for a friend of hers who owned a bed and it was a private S&M club that was also a bed and breakfast up on the hillside and had a big swimming pool. And she used to take me there to freaking go skinny dipping when she was house sitting and he was out of town in this big ass pool.
Big ass pool.
I'd fallen asleep.
You're definitely the oldest, Buck. You're definitely the oldest.
I don't know. I think Denizen just became the oldest.
I'm at 9 o'clock at night. I'm packing my apartment.
Why? Where are you going?
I'm moving.
Bye.
I'm moving like 30 minutes away.
Is it a good thing that you're moving?
Yeah, it's a bigger place.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And it's closer to family. I just have my grandma or I have my mom and my grandpa in Colorado. Everybody else is in California. So
I got lots of thank yous to send out as soon as they fucking load. First though, thank you, Ryan. Thank you to Tom Carpenter again. And to Ray. Thank you guys. Oh, towards that. Yeah. That's not significant enough for that here.
No, later. We'll talk about that later. That's sweet. You put a hole in the ground, girl. We don't talk about that publicly.
Thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate you.
All right, if you're gonna growl and snort at me, you're gonna have to tell me why.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Children. Look, I'm the only one allowed to growl and snort. I'm a Sasquatch. I'm allowed to do shit like that. I mean, Ben, maybe he's a savage, but the rest of y'all have to have, comport yourself with some dignity.
Yeah, civilized. We
Isn't
aren't playing.
you, Denizen?
You don't look at me and Squatch and think civilized. It just don't
right.
happen.
Some Viking shit's happening here, bro.
I'm a crack baby. I'm not supposed to be civilized.
Yeah, if Squatch and I were hanging out together, Christians would start holding up crosses and.
Hold up. If they saw us together, it depends on where we're at. If we're in like the north of England, they're gonna have a problem with it. if we're in America, they'd just be like, hey, those guys look like Vikings and move on with their life.
Come on, phone.
Protect the monasteries.
Thank
They
you,
come
Austin.
again.
Protect the monasteries, because I'm jagging that shit immediately.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Especially while moving, dear Lord. Moving is never fucking fun. I don't ever want to do it again, but there's a running joke that my children are throwing me out of my house once my son's old enough. It's supposed to be a good thing, supposedly.
My baby mama spent her entire life telling me that the day, and I quote, the day her youngest child turns 18, she's moving. She was married to a dude, had an entire life going on. Dude's working for the city and the county. He's got good jobs and shit. Like everything was fine. And then the day her son turned 18, she moved to another county, just fucking vanished, ghosted everybody involved.
So she did at least warn you?
I expected, I saw this shit coming. She told me. I thought she told everybody. I'm pretty sure she told everyone. But at the same time, I don't know, because I might have assumed that she did because she told me so often. Right?
See, I'm at least, for some odd reason, you're probably right. Although with my kids, like, I doubt it's as much of a joke as I play it up to sometimes, because I swear to God, I catch them plotting. But like, they mean well with it, because I've been a mom since I was 16, and like, especially like 21 to 23. No, not even 23. It was like 21 to not quite 23. I drank too much.
I think she was 17 when she had her first kid. She had mine when she was like 19, something like that.
I'm almost 17.
That you again, 10th? Okay. At this point, they're kind of like, go have a life and get the hell out of here. Because I never had a life for a long time. 10 years, and you're so sweet, Tom. My youngest child is going to be 18 this year. So it's been a hot minute.
Well, you look good for your age, Beth.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I started young too.
I think there's something to the argument about starting young, honestly. It leaves you, you have the stamina to do all the parental shit. And then the kids are grown and you still have some stamina to enjoy life.
No, I hear you. Youth is wasted on the young, but the reality of it is, and you can look at the statistics of infant mortality and post-infant mortality. Children, pardon me, young adults do not do well with their children. It takes the patience of the older generation to do well with children. Now this is not a personal thing. This is me speaking, viewing other people. I've always liked children. Children have always liked me. I read them stories. I tell them stories. They go to sleep. We have a fantastic time. It's great. My voice is like dope. So
do you sniff their hair?
That might shade my opinion here. But the fact is, I have never had a situation where I couldn't sit and talk to one child or 20 and not have them listen to virtually every word I said. They just like the way my voice sounds, right? So maybe I have a biased view on children in general, but my experience with young parents has always been negative, very negative. They don't have nearly the attention span to deal with children. They think children are a temporary thing to deal with. They go and change their diapers and think that's supposed to be fine for the rest of the day. It's freaking wild. And then they come by and they see me with their children, and I'm over there changing a diaper, popping a bottle in their mouth, putting them in the little thing and rocking them with one foot while I'm talking to a different one. And they're like, how do you do all this at the same time? And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about, dude? You have 3 kids. How do you not?
And so this is where my pushback comes against that, is this is why they say it takes a village to raise a child, is because if you're doing it if you're becoming a parent at the peak of your physicality, right, which would put you somewhere in the young 20s, okay, which in my opinion is still a child in a lot of ways, they still have that low attention span, but having the family there, having multi-generations within the same household is to the benefit of the children.
Disappointing.
I think 17 and 18-year-olds today are a lot different than they were when my parents were 17 and 18.
That too, yeah.
Yes.
So,
well, part of that's the not putting the responsibility on kids and on people. I also had been 17 for a month when my oldest daughter was born, and I had taken over the farm when I was 13 because my dad had to go get a job in town because the farm was failing. And so I took over the farm when I was 13, and I went to high school. When I was 16, I was a licensed CNA because that was the only, working at the old folks home was the only overnight job in the area I was from. Like not even gas stations were open at night. And so I was a CNA when I was 16. You bet you're at, and I worked at the feed and seed in the evening, and I went to high school during the day. And so, yeah, by the time I was 21, I already owned a house and everything else. Like that, had 3 kids. Had 3 kids already.
But you agree that is not normal course of things, right?
I agree that's not today, but it was at one point in time in human history.
Yep.
I am a little different, but very similar. I come from the very humble beginnings, pig farmer, type situation. When I was like 10, I had a job working with one of my neighbors. I guess you'd call it a ranch. It's called a farm here, but that's because we're in Georgia. We're east of the Mississippi, so it's a farm, not a ranch. Anyway, he had a ranch with horses and cows and all that stuff, and I went and worked with him sometimes 10, 11, 12 hours a day, more if needed, sometimes a couple of days in a row if they were doing calves, if they were calving. So, I mean, doing things that are necessary is something you and I understand. It doesn't matter if you've slept, if you've eaten, if you've had something to drink. If it needs to be done, we do that. The slightly younger generation, 5 years after us, 10 years definitely, and these people think that the entire world pivot on their feelings, on how they feel. Oh, I need something to drink, I need something to eat, I need to rest a little while and my tits hurt. Well, you need to get your tits out of the goddamn game, because we got shit that needs to happen.
I totally agree, but we didn't put that responsibility on the people when they were young is the problem. When you don't put that responsibility on them, they never learn that responsibility. Like, I've seen people that talk about like giving a kid chores like doing dishes and stuff is some kind of a punishment, damn near. And that's just life. If you teach that kid at the beginning that this is life, guess what? Your whole life, there's going to be dirty dishes and you're going to have to do dishes. Your whole life, you're going to have to clean your fucking room and wash your clothes and do things like that.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
And that's not even something that I consider.
That's a very tame consideration. I'm talking about that. What you're talking about, yes, you're going to have to clean your room. You're going to have to straighten your station. You're going to have to get up in the morning at a certain time. I'm talking about the things that happen at 5 a.m. when your pipes freeze and bust, and it's not just one spot, it's like 4 different places, and you've got to go to town and sit and wait outside the fucking hardware store for like 2 hours. And while you're there, you get a phone call from the guy you work with down the street who's, well, his whole cattle setup just fucking dropped out because he had a pipe bust, and he also needs 2 of these, 1 of those, and 2 of these and shit. I have just enough money to buy that. I can get what I need and what he needs, but I don't get to eat breakfast this morning, and I haven't slept in fucking 2 days.
Right. But if you don't train a kid up to be like that, like when I was 13, I'm going to high school and I have to wake up like we had sheep, not pigs, during lambing season, which is in the middle of fucking winter. You have to get up every hour and go outside and walk the whole fucking farm to make sure it's out, because I'm from South Dakota, to make sure there's not lambs laying out there dying from freezing to death. And then I get to go back into the house, sleep for about, it take me about 20 minutes. So I get to sleep for 40 minutes. Then I got to get up again and go do this whole process again. But that responsibility made me like I was. And like I said, by the time I'm 21, I own a house. I had an Eddie Bauer Explorer, even though it was brand new to the market. Piece of shit. Them first couple of years, Explorers were horrible, but I thought it was pretty impressive. Yeah, Exploder. Exactly. Let's go ahead and throw a ton of weight onto this transmission.
Dude, I killed 3 of those things.
Yeah. But I thought it was impressive. It was Eddie Bauer. We'd go to the drive-in movies, and the sound system in that Eddie Bauer was so awesome. We'd crawl out the sunroof and sit on there and get fucking stoned and watch movies, sitting on the sunroof at the drive-in.
I drove an Eddie Bauer F-150 back when I was delivering windows. And I have to admit this one thing. As long as you're running that thing on interstates and you're not doing a whole lot of like pulling or mudding or stuff like that involves like really fast, high RPMs and low RPMs, high RPMs, low. Dude, those things ride like a motherfucker, dude. They are cool as hell to be riding wrong on a fucking, you pop that sunroof open like your cigarette, get joint over here, ride the fuck out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
getting deja vu like a motherfucker.
Fucking mud. Suddenly, your ass is stuck, and you need a Jeep to come get you.
Y'all Mandela affecting this panel right now?
I don't got the Jeep now, but I've got a giant F350.
I didn't do it, Denizen.
Somebody's trying to rewrite the Matrix.
I live on a rock crawler track pretty much to get to my house. It's horrifying. I've got a giant F350 with a 4-inch lift and the 7.3 diesel, and it's got a manual 6-speed, and then I've even got a exhaust brake.
I got a 5.5-inch lift.
This. You got
I probably have the most tame vehicle here.
5.5-inch lift.
Is it a Honda Civic?
Oh no. I actually have an Absolute Savage, but you wouldn't believe it to hear it. I drive a 2002 Nissan Xterra.
Oh God, those
It's
vehicles.
it's the 4x4 6-cylinder supercharged version. The goddamn thing will go anywhere. I have never been stopped.
Why didn't you just get a Jeep?
Because I didn't want a Jeep. I wanted a supercharged.
Fair enough.
220 horsepower on a tiny frame. It's like one of those D50s, except 4x4 with 220 horsepower. Bro, that thing will go fucking anywhere. When the hurricane came through here and I went across the state to go pick up somebody who was in a bad situation, I went through people's driveways, through people's yards, across freaking cow fields and shit to get around some of the problems in the road. I have never been stopped. I drop that bitch in 4-wheel drive and go wherever the hell I want to go. Snow, rain, mud. It doesn't seem to give a shit. It just keeps going.
Hey, Beth, put me up front, will you?
Dude, I was in that hurricane.
Who said that?
I was a speaker at
Short bus.
Gotcha.
I was one of the speakers at Flattoberfest, and we actually got in that. We got in that hurricane. And
it's a donk.
Same thing.
That motherfucker on 22s, bro. What is that thing?
That's a 1.5 lift.
Yes, sir. That thing's up there.
Is that Florida?
I'm 7.
That's Iowa.
In Iowa. I love it.
I have 11-inch tires on my scoot.
What's up, Brick?
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Dude, that's the thing. That's the thing. Everybody, like, I've talked to a bunch of people on YouTube, but they ask me, when I tell them I'm coming to see them or whatever, they're like, "Oh, I'll look for the biggest truck that I can see." I'm like, "No, you've got me completely off base. I prefer power over size. I would rather be able to go there and come out." I've gone to see people that no one goes to see because their driveway is so.
That was in my wedding vows.
You could get where I live, but I have to get where I live and haul like 10,000 pounds of hay and then 1,000 pounds of fuel and blah blah blah. So I have to have the big 1-ton truck.
Yes, sir. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying, I looked at the situation I was in and I was like, okay, yeah. And there was a discussion of buying a Trackhawk. There was a talk about getting a big ass SUV, the big 454 or whatever, all of that, diesel and everything. We talked about it. And I was like, look, there was a vehicle made back in the 2000s that does exactly what I want to do. If we can get one of those, I say we get it, I fix it. And I went and searched for it and found it. And basically it came down to a coin flip. I sat down with my wife and I was like, over here, I pay for it and we'll get what I want. Over there, you pay for it and I'll get what I want that's really fucking expensive. And she was like, okay. I flipped the coin and landed on the Nissan, and we went and got the Nissan, and I've been repairing it ever since. The goddamn thing is a monster, bro. You can carry 6 fat women with you everywhere you want to go.
Yeah, this is my beast.
That is a beast, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm not a Ford guy.
Yeah, the toolboxes are super handy for all my farm shit.
See, I always wanted one of those to put like a slide-in camper into it and just go do shit.
Yeah.
Christy and I did that. That's how we went to that that we literally were in the back of that
Yeah.
truck during the hurricane sleeping. Like fucking we made it into a camper shell because I got that wood rack. So rather than slide a shell into it, we've got a wood rack already. So I just plywooded off the sides and shit and made like a little camper out of it.
Nice.
And, it was it wasn't overly waterproof, but it was during a hurricane we did get a little wet, but all in all, it was.
I like
it
making
was
my wife wet.
dude, we
All
got
right,
this
I'm
app
drinking too
called
much.
Hip
I'm sorry,
Camp.
Balderson.
Oh, you're right. We got this app called Hip Camp, and you can like camp out in people's yards for like $15. And so we did the whole trip doing that, and we spent a whole month. We went all the way to the East Coast to North Carolina, got caught up in that hurricane, and got stuck in North Carolina. Then made our way all the way up to South Dakota, hung out with my grandkids. Went to Wyoming and got stuck for like a week in Wyoming because the yoke on my rear end came undone. I had to put a new yoke in my rear end.
I had
Dude,
that.
I always thought Ben Balderson was in like his 30s. You have
No,
a
I'm
girl,
in
kid?
my 50s.
Holy